Karissa Vigiani. I just really want to thank you guys for asking these questions because right now we have like not a lot to do other than just practice on our own at home. So thank you for asking questions. Keep asking questions. We need them to keep our minds engaged. So I guess I'll start off with the first question. So people are asking, do you think the cast prefers acting, singing, or dancing more? Well, really, the cast as a whole doesn't prefer either one. I mean, like, sometimes the dancing is, specifically this year, the dancing is really complicated in some parts, and not everyone's getting it really easily, so it's not their favorite, or acting's just easily comes. Sometimes people aren't as good in other areas, so I think everyone likes them all equally. Some people definitely like acting more than they do the dancing, and kind of like me, I like the dancing more than I like the acting, but, I mean, like, you can't really get a good, everyone likes the same thing. The singing's pretty good. My favorite part about the singing is that we don't have to move around too much, and we could just sit down and really work on our parts and get them done so that when we are moving, we can do this awesome choreography while we're all singing parts, and it sounds and looks amazing. That's my favorite part, at least. The next question, what other titles did you think of before loading? Okay, so that's a hard question too, because every year we think about like thousands of things to talk about, and we're like, what are we gonna do? But this year, we were really like, we kind of knew what we wanted to do, but we had to come up with a cool name for it, I guess you could say. So, I'm not gonna lie, I have notes in front of me because I don't remember it all. We thought about, like, aspiration, goals, like, what kind of goals do we want? What should we set for ourselves? We also thought of opportunities, because opportunities opens doors for everyone. We, thought of perseverance, because y'all have to persevere before you can do anything. We thought of phases and, like, seasons, emotions, and we also thought, like, anything is possible. So we've thought about so many things, and then, of course, I have to say it, we thought about the train. A few people in our group really, really want to train. I don't get it, but they really want it. So anyways, all this kind of just came together, and we're like, you know what, we want to do it all. So we put it all together, and someone came up with the name Loading, and it was cool. It was interesting, and we could think of so many different ways to put loading and, like, apply that to, like, things in our life. So we decided to go with that we decided to go with that. And then the next question, how long have you been involved in theater? Okay. I think it's been 5 years. I may be wrong. Hold on. So I was in Perfection, Time, Rootless Wanderer, Change. Oh my gosh, it was last year's. Perspectives. And then this is my 6th year. This is my 6th year with the studio. I've only ever done acting, singing, dancing, theater really with the studio. In the beginning, like when I was doing Perfection, I was like 12 or 11, I don't even remember, but I hated it so much. I was like, I don't want to do this, and look at me now, 6 years later, 5 years later, I love it. It's like, it's my fun. This is what I do when I want to relax. This is just my chill time. I love it. So, like, my mom had to push me, but I've grown so much in it, and I love it so much. So don't be scared to, like, try something new. The next question is, what has been the most challenging part of the year? Oh man, these questions are hard. Okay, so this year, I probably want to say right now, because we've all been like working really hard to get our show put together, to get everything to a point where we feel good about it and we can perform it in front of people. And right now everyone's like, oh my gosh, are we going to be able to perform? Or is everything going to be closed down? Are we going to have to extend the time? Are we going to have to go into May and June? And I think that's really discouraging, because since we've worked so hard, we really want to get this out. And that's why we're doing all this, because we want you guys to be interested in what we have to offer, because it's amazing what we've done and what we've worked towards to be able to offer you as a community. So right now is really the hardest time, because we want to give you something that we're not allowed to give you right now, and it's discouraging because we worked so hard to get to it. The next question, I know what I'm doing. How do you deal with nerves when you have a performance? So, the first year I was in theater, I felt like I was going to throw up before I got on the stage. I kind of felt like that the whole time. I still smiled, still danced, still did everything I had to do. Back then I kind of like would just like walk around to people and kind of tell them how nervous I was, and like just shake my hands and my feet and just, you know, like do all that, get the stress out of me. I'd like tell my sister to pinch me or something. As it's progressed though, as I've gotten more experience in like just live performances, it's been way less stressful. Like, I know my part. I know I'm not going to forget anything. And if I do, I'll think of something. Like, I've had bad experiences in shows when I completely forget things. So I know I'll be able to survive if anything goes wrong. So I think as I've gone on and got more experienced, the nerves have become less. I feel like I'm more nervous for this interview than I would be for a live performance, which is crazy. I know, it makes no sense. So really how I dealt with it was just like, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then my feet, and I do that, and then I go around and ask people how they did it, and I just do whatever they did and do weird things. Everyone has such weird ways to dealing with it. Here's the next one. And our last question is, what does loading mean to me? Okay, so when loading was first thought up, we thought of like all those aspirations, opportunities, perseverance, and everything. And I was like, but loading, I applied loading to life. You know, I mean, like, can you ever reach 100%? Like, in life, is 100% when you die? Is 100% when you become successful? Like, what exactly is 100%? I think that's been one of my toughest questions yet, just for myself, because I don't really know, you know, and I can never really know. But loading to me is just, I almost want to say it's life. Like, I can have loading in my career. Like, I have no idea what I want to do, so I'm not like 0%. You know, but I'm getting schooling, so I'm not technically at 0, so I'm going to get somewhere, but I have to figure out what I want to do first, which I have no idea. But I apply it to life because it can be applied to my career, to my schooling, and like, schooling, you can never stop learning. So I feel like, really, loading is just life, and we can never really reach 100% in life, so, I don't know, sounds kind of sad, but that's kind of how I think about it. Anyway, for listening in right now on this interview. Also, make sure to follow us on Instagram at Vlogs, Talents Unleashed. Also, follow our other groups, Vessels Vault and everything. And follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. Bye, you guys.